Falava and good evening everyone. E mua nga si atu e whaapetaile atua, mo tātou whaatasinga matango fia le ne apiafi. I'd like to congratulate all of our scholarship recipients, not only for earning this award with your hard work, but also for doing a very fine job of representing our young Samoan people. As we all know, it takes much love, support, and encouragement for a young person to succeed. I know that I owe much gratitude to my own family, church members, and close friends for helping me. So I'd like to ask you all the recipients, to just pause, turn to the people that you came with, and thank them for all that they've done for you. Right now. Thank you, Mom and Dad, in the back. Sina asked me to give a speech on culture and education tonight. And I must admit, it's been hard trying to put these words together, but in the process, it's helped me to reflect back on all my years of school up until today. So I'm very thankful to be able to share the important things I've learned with the hope that it will help you. When I was a senior at Madison High School, I was deciding between UCLA and Stanford. And I made a list of pros and cons for going to each school. And I remember that list saying something about culture. It said, UCLA, you will be able to stay involved in your culture. You will be close to home. You can drive down on the weekends for church, and you can still learn Samoan from your parents, and you can keep dancing, because my group is in LA. Then in the other column it said Stanford. You will be far from your family, and it will be hard to learn more about Samoan culture. But God is at Stanford too, so don't trip. So as you can see, in my young mind, I felt like I had to make a trade-off between exploring something new and, on the other hand, staying connected to my roots. Even during college, I thought that I had to make a trade-off between American values, such as individualism, striving for my own success no matter what it takes, versus Samoan values, which I understood to be humility and helping others before yourself. And because I believe that each young person in this room is someday going to wrestle with what it means to be Samoan and American, and also a student and a citizen of this country, I want to share a story with you about how I came to address this dilemma and also gain a sense of purpose along the way. So my story takes place in an unexpected place, very far away land, called Scotland. In my junior year at Stanford, the spring of '07, I studied overseas at Oxford University in England. And one weekend, a friend of mine named Martha and I decided that we wanted to visit Edinburgh, Scotland. So we take an overnight bus ride up to Edinburgh. It's about a 9-hour bus ride. You know, we're poor, we can't get a flight, we get a hostel, no 5-star hotel. But we get there about 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning, and all the passengers get out, pick up, tourist brochures on how to visit the Loch Ness Monster or whatever. And here I am in Scotland, the opposite end of the world from home, so far from anything remotely Samoan or Polynesian for that matter. And I'm washing my hands in the bathroom, and I hear unexpectedly something that honestly sounds like it's coming out of a dream. I hear two ladies talking behind me. One of them goes, "Sunga, wangalo ya oe toothpaste." And the other one goes, "Say, waku wa oe toothpaste kong kanga mumu." Oh, very yay. So I just can't believe what I'm hearing. I look in the mirror and I'm like, "Are you awake? Like, is this really happening in Scotland?" So I look over my shoulder, and sure enough, I see about 3 or 4 young Samoan ladies fumbling through a red bag looking for toothpaste. So I'm trying to figure out if I should say something to them, And I don't know about you, but bathrooms are kind of an awkward place to talk to strangers. And like, the more I stand there looking at them, it's not like they would notice that I was Samoan anyway. So I leave, and I'm like, "Martha, there's like some Samoan ladies in the bathroom." And she goes, "Yeah, and?" Like, "You don't understand. Like, I have to say hi to them. If I don't, and I tell my parents, they're gonna yell at me or something." So she's like, "Well, I guess you should say hi then." So I'm waiting outside the bathroom, sort of looking like a stalker. And they finally come out. I guess they found the toothpaste. And I'm like, excuse me, are you Samoan? And they're like, yeah. Are you? I'm like, yeah. And the beautiful thing about being Samoan is that you can run into some random Samoan people in Scotland and you just have an instant bond with them. So that's what happened. We exchanged phone numbers, and I come to find out they're from New Zealand. Yeah. And they moved to London, and they're working as teachers and for businesses there. And they invite me out to their house. We have barbecues, and they take me to their church with them, and it's just awesome. The more time I spend with them, I really feel like it's a home away from home. Being with them reminds me of all the things that I love about our culture. Hospitality. They took care of me and they made me feel welcome. Respect. They respected me and they had so much respect for one another and just treated each other like brothers and sisters, even though they weren't all directly related. And I also noticed that they too faced the dilemma that I talked about earlier, mentioning that by moving from New Zealand to London, they too felt like, in a way, they were pursuing their own individual goals while leaving behind family and their culture. So it was comforting to know that I wasn't the only one that felt this way. And as our conversations got deeper and our time together came to an end, I noticed one common thread that ran through each of our lives, no matter where the road had taken us along the way. And that common thread was our faith in God. We all know that the Samoan culture is deeply rooted in faith. If you just look at the motto of Samoa and American Samoa, you will see, Fa'avahi le tua Samoa. Samoa is founded on God. Samoa, mua le tua. Samoa, let God be first. And every good thing about our culture is a blessing from God. Our language is a language of respect. Our dancing emphasizes the joy that we feel in being united. We are hospitable people, and we help one another when the going gets tough. So, if I leave you with any lasting message today, I hope what you will remember is that our culture does not have to be traded in for a higher education or the American dream. Yes, our values may be different than our classmates, our teachers, our coworkers, or our bosses, but our culture is a source of strength. And because it is founded on God, it is a blessing from God that He has given us to share with others. We are equipped from birth to be a light to the world, equipped to attend universities and present ourselves in a way that lets people know that we are grounded, we have faith, we have a sense of purpose. When our peers are choosing destructive paths, to Pulanga, we are the ones called to set a good example. We are equipped to be leaders in the workplace, showing the power we all receive through taking care of one another, while others instead may only show up to work to get their piece of the pie, regardless of who they have to step on to get there. Many people are saying that our youth are underprivileged, but I'm here to tell you that in many ways we are very privileged. As we strive for higher education, our culture will be our strength as we keep faith in the one who gave it to us freely. As long as we remember God, from whom all blessings flow, I know He will make a way in each of our lives. Soifua mea manuia.